Act 2, Scene 1. As the lights slowly rise on the dining room, everyone is positioned as they were at the conclusion of Act 1, with dessert plates and coffee cups atop the table. Oh, you'll never guess who it was. Mr. Simpson? No, he was helping customers at the time. Mr. Rollingsworth? Oh, no, he wasn't there that day. Aren't you going to guess, Marion?
Was it a stranger?
No, but I suppose he was to some. What year was it? Didn't I already tell you? You probably did, but the sherry's dulling my memory. Don't blame the sherry, Sebastian. I've noticed you're dropping words during sermon lately. Besides, I only put a few drops for flavoring in your coffee. Coffee? Is that what I've been drinking? Listen close, everyone. It was 1921 when I was 16 years old. It was September 3rd to be exact. Here's another clue. He's originally from Illinois, and his father was a doctor. Oh, the way you go on about things. Every day's a milestone, and how do we even know it's true? All my stories are true. Aren't they, Mariam?
Yes, I believe so.
What? Is she going to call you a liar? I've never given her reason to. Have you? That's enough, ladies. This is good fun, isn't it?
Yes, go on, Mabel. I'm dying to find out.
How about you, Richard? Are you dying too? No, Mrs. Jablonski, but curious, yes. Oh, well, that settles it then. As I already said, I purchased a soda and sat on the porch when a tall man sat next to me. Was anyone else there? No. I already said there wasn't. You'd better see Dr. Mueller about your failing memory. I think you'll be lucky to remember your way home tonight. Stop your fretting. I'm perfectly fine. Oh, go on with your story, Mabel. I'm not boring anyone, am I? Not me. Well, our guest of honor's amused, so I'll carry on then. He was dressed in a fine summer suit. Now how would you know that? Have you forgotten my mother owned a clothing store? Of course not, but I was raised around fine clothing and know the difference of finely tailored suits from ordinary ones. Can we please refrain with the accusations? So, Mabel, you were saying he was finely dressed. Yes. And as he sat next to me, he pulled a small writing pad from his coat pocket and began scribbling something down. He noticed my curiosity and said, "It helps keep my thoughts intact." I quickly asked, "Are you a writer?" And he said, "I hope to be one day." Oh. Then someone called out, "We're ready for you." He rose, tucking his pad of paper and pencil away, but before he left I quickly asked, What's your name in case you become famous?" He turned, smiling, and as clear as the morning said, "Ernest Hemingway. I hope I don't disappoint you." Oh, Ernest Hemingway? Yes, amazing, isn't it?
Oh my God. You never mentioned that before.
Oh, come on. For all we know, the man was pulling your leg. Oh, no. I sat and watched as he and his bride stepped from the church, having just married. It was an unusually bright and sunny day, and I had a front row seat. Mr. Simpson came out when the horns started honking and said straight away, "There goes little old Hadley Richardson with her war hero." I quickly asked, "What's his name?" Then he said as clear as day, "Ernie Hemingway."
Oh my! Oh goodness!
See there? You never know who you may be sitting next to.
Oh, I've never met anyone famous.
How about you, Richard? Have you ever been near anyone famous? No, sir. Not that I'm aware of, but there's been plenty who thought they were. Oh, yes, I've heard a lot of stories about him, but never had the privilege of meeting him. So he rubbed off on you, did he? Oh, yes, tall, handsome, and you could tell by the gleam in his eyes he was extremely intelligent. When was the wedding? Who's being forgetful now, Harriet? Oh, September 3rd, 1921. So, what if it is him? His name should be Strang for all the wives he's left behind. Oh, come on now, Harriet. You're talking about one of America's greatest writers, not some scoundrel unworthy of mention. I don't care if he's Franklin D. Roosevelt. He's a womanizer and a drunk. Well, I found him absolutely adorable. I'm not surprised. Who's Strang, Mrs. Jamblonsky? You tell him, Sebastian. I don't wish to raise the dead. Tell him what an unruly animal he was. He was far from being an animal, don't you think? I won't stand being corrected in my home, Mabel. Excuse me, then. The name Strang is a sensitive subject with most people around here, Richard. Why? Was he a murderer or something? Worse! And they shot him for it! Aren't you rushing things a bit? There were circumstances leading up to that. You know that, Harriet. As if I care. He got his just desert. That's all that counts. Richard, you'll soon learn most people around here don't put up with shenanigans. When it comes to Strang, Richard, people run off with the wildest stories. And with good reason. I don't want to be hearing any excuses from you, Mabel. Let's be civil now. There's no need to be arguing amongst ourselves. You asked me to explain the story to Richard, didn't you? I did. Well then, I'll start by giving his full name. It was James Jesse Strang. He was a self-proclaimed prophet in the Mormon faith. He led a colony of believers to Beaver Island, only a short distance offshore of Charlevoix in 1848. Tell him what they were. They were polygamists. That they were, and the only difference separating them from Hemingway is that he does it legally, but is no better. Harriet, please, let's not jump to conclusions. Mr. Hemingway's a far cry different than Mr. Strang. Let's keep our facts in perspective, shall we? I'm entitled to what I think. He may be a talented writer, but a boozer. He is all the same. I've read about him. He honors marriage vows as much as a burglar respects locked doors. Last I heard, divorce isn't a capital crime, or is it? Don't get her started, Mabel. Are you sure you want to hear all this, Richard? I don't mind. It sounds very interesting. For good or for worse, it's part of our local history. How about you, Mariam? Have you any strong feelings about it?
I don't know much about either of them, but listening does no harm, I guess.
No, no harm at all. Well, Richard, he soon proclaimed himself king over his island domain, and after encouraging his followers to practice his unorthodox lifestyle, he was gunned down by a group of 40 men led by a disgruntled member, Thomas Bedford. Thomas Bedford had grown critical of his teachings. Strang died in July of 1856. They shot him like a rabid dog. That's rather harsh, don't you think, Mrs. Jampolonsky? No, it served him right for misleading those poor people. God didn't intend for us to be hopping bed to bed like kangaroos, isn't that right, Sebastian? The scriptures teach it's a sin to commit adultery, but it also says, thou shalt not kill. Two wrongs don't make a right. They could have found a better way of handling the matter. But they were justified, were they now? God's delicate balance might have a difference of opinion. This is what brings men to fighting wars. Each believes himself more right before God than the other. Forgive me, Pastor Dupree, but I think the sherry's gone to your head. And if we continue in this depressing topic, I will be forced to have more sherry too. Frankly, on the matter of polygamy, I've never met a man who satisfied me, let alone worthy enough pleasing several women at the same time. Can we please change the subject? I won't argue with that, Mabel. I couldn't say it any better. Why, no. What were the charges? I heard, and his name's not worth mentioning. What? Did they catch him drunken and divorced with several women? Oh, hardly, I'm afraid.
He was arrested in Italy for treason.
What a shame. I love his poetry, especially the natural philosophy of love. He was very intelligent, you know. You'd never know it by all his lying on the radio. This should get him a tight rope, all right. Did you ever listen to his ranting, Richard? No, I never did. But I was aware of his political views against America entering the war. Some of the guys heard him spouting off while in Italy. And to think he was raised in Philadelphia, of all places. He's nothing but a traitor and deserves what's coming to him. This war's caused a lot of division, and we can thank God Germany's finally surrendered. Now, if only the Japanese will see the light, we'll get our boys back safe and sound.
He once said, the real trouble with war, modern war, is that it gives no one a chance to kill the right people. I never understood what he meant.
I don't want you quoting that man. It's poison. I understand what he means. What are you saying? When you're in the line of fire, you hold no grudges with anyone. You're just trying to stay alive and help the buddy next to you. The politics never enter your mind, and those who started the war are never there. I believe I understand what you're saying, Richard. Well, I don't. Mariam, will you be a dear and get Sebastian more coffee and bring the cherry bottle to the table?
Certainly.
She rises with Richard also standing. Here, let me give you a hand.
Thank you. But that's not necessary.
I I'd like to help if I could, just the same.
All right.
Mariam crosses to the kitchen, with Richard following close behind. While in the kitchen, it's clear Richard holds a fascination toward Mariam.